Hello and welcome to another episode from the Real Talk and Revenue podcast. We have myself, Francesca, the accountant, and we have Jordan, the therapist, and we bring real powerful conversations around building revenue, building confidence, how the mindset works, all different discussions around to help others in business and in their personal life. So listen in, tune in, let us know what you think, ask questions along the way and we'll be sure to answer them. Enjoy.
We're here. So we're on tour, I love that.
Yeah, we're on tour.
So we are at the Festival of Accountants and Bookkeepers and they've asked us to come on and do one of our podcast episodes. So we've driven all the way to Birmingham in the traffic. Exciting journey on a little road trip.
Wrong turns.
Yeah, a few wrong turns, but we're here. I've got my coffee because I've got one. Got water. It's a busy day, isn't it, so far? We've had a little wander about at these events. These events are quite overwhelming.
They can be, can't they?
I remember going to my first accounting event was 2019.
Yeah.
Because where I used to work previously, it wasn't open to everybody to go.
Yeah.
It was to certain individuals.
Yeah.
So when I came to these events, I was like, wow, I would love to speak at one of those, but no way.
I could never do that.
Would I dare? Yeah. I wonder what that's all about. But as we got into it and learned from what others are doing, I watched a few speakers. I thought, you know what? If I was going to speak at one of these events, I would actually talk about how I'm growing the business. I was thinking about the journey is real at the time.
Yeah.
And thinking, what would actually engage me? Well, it's not just your typical...
what do you like to see?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to see behind the scenes.
It's
so big now, isn't it? But obviously in 2019 when you started building things, and I think that's what gripped everyone. You want to know, what does it take? How do you do it? What does it look like?
Yeah.
How do you spend your time as someone that's building a practice?
It's so true, and you can see it as a waste of time, for sure. I'm heavy in the doing, I haven't got time for that.
Yeah, but this isn't making me money, all of those classic things. And it's short-sighted, isn't it, thinking like that?
It's so short-sighted, but I get it because it is quite nerve-wracking, not knowing who you're going to meet.
Yeah.
Where you're going to go to next. And I found it quite overwhelming because lockdown happened, so the events were shut for a year and a half.
That's so true.
And I stepped up my video content.
Yeah.
So then when I came back to the digital accountancy show, so many people stopped me, which is so lovely.
Yeah.
It was really overwhelming.
You've been building your presence on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Which is so powerful, by the way, if you're not doing it and you're listening to this at the show and you people still think that you should build a network face to face.
Yeah.
What do you think to that?
Well, I think nowadays, social media is more important than ever, isn't it? It's a huge part of marketing. And I don't know if it's controversial to say, but I feel like things like this are nice. They're just nice. They're nice to come to, nice to put faces to names.
Yeah.
See people in person, listen to speakers. But as we've experienced walking around today, so many people have stopped you already because they've seen you online. So people are stopping you to have conversations. You're speaking here, and you're speaking here because of your online presence, aren't you?
That's where the opportunities came. I remember when, with Accountex as well, you had to apply to speak. And I saw that as a big deal, and I'll never forget applying back in beginning of 2020, before lockdown, obviously. And I got in, but then lockdown happened, and I was so relieved that I didn't have to speak.
Yeah.
Sounds daft, but as soon as you book something scary, your brain will tell you that you're silly for doing that, what you're doing that for. You're not going to, imposter syndrome kicks in. And I think it's hard as well for anyone starting a business. If you go to speak at an event, you don't know what you're doing. Who are you to say how you build a business? You've only been doing it a year.
And that's it. It is imposter syndrome. And I think objective evidence is what we have to pay attention to when we feel like an imposter. It's thinking about, but who did I like to listen to? How did they get started? Everybody starts somewhere. You can't just show up and be someone that everybody knows, or do you know what I mean? Who is worthy of being able to speak at things? Well, it's anyone that's passionate and has an interest, and you have to start somewhere, don't you? And the feedback you get, which you've got from putting yourself out there. You didn't have any feedback initially, but you gain feedback, positive feedback, that then keeps the momentum going. Like, you keep going then, don't you? And you think like, oh, people are having a positive response, like they do like it, and that then builds your confidence over time, doesn't it?
It's so true, and it's the same with posting yourself online. I spoke to an accountant the other day that's actually said that they were nervous about getting something wrong. So because of the profession we're in, you're worried about giving expert advice wrong, or people get called an expert by doing something once, and it's really sad, really, because don't take that as you've got to know everything still.
No, absolutely not.
And
like,
it's interesting, isn't it?
you know, as a person, like, I'm not an accountant, obviously. Like, anyone that's working in the industry to me is an expert. Like, they're an expert in comparison to me. I'm going to advice and I'm trusting. I expect you to be like the most perfect accountant in the industry that's got every shred of knowledge in their brain stored. Like, I just need guidance. I just need, like, where do I start? What do I do? This isn't my area of expertise. Like, I've got no knowledge, and it's owning that, isn't it? To be like, and I do the same in my, you know, in the therapy room. Like, if people ask me questions about things and it's not really my niche or my bag, then I'll just say it. I'll just be like, good question. I'll go away and research and find the answer, or speak to my supervisor, but actually that's not something that I've come across before. It's not my niche, and yeah, it's just knowing where to go, to have a network again to like tap into as well, isn't it?
And you'll only learn by doing, and I think most people want the perfection.
And by failing and getting things wrong.
You need to get the failing done.
You have to make mistakes
To get so much better at it. Oh my God, I cringe like what I was doing 7 years ago when I first started to what I do now.
I wish Bella could get a little chair slide in the corner.
Oh, right. Anyone that's listening that may have followed me on LinkedIn back in 2020, 2021.
And 2019.
I loved entertaining like anybody that felt a bit down. I thought, right, I'm going to gear everyone up just because I needed gearing up for the live that I was doing. And so I started doing chair slides and videos, really standing out as a typical accountant. And I genuinely thought this could go really badly at the time. This could really sink everything I've built in the last year. But I thought, you know what?
It's a bit of personality.
Bit of personality, and
just
actually,
be yourself. Like, have a laugh. Don't be so serious all the time.
Yeah, and I remember another accountant at the time that did a lot of marketing, and she did a whole post around how you want to be showing up presentable, makeup on, looking sharp, looking technical, that you know your stuff. And I know she was watching my stuff at the time. And I actually second guessed myself, but I had to remember, is my business growing? Yes.
And that's only part of the picture. Like, of course, sometimes you show up in that way. Like,
100%.
Of course you do, but it's not who a whole person is. So again, to see like a bit of personality, which you need to build a personal brand, to get people to like and trust you, like you've got to show some of yourself, of your personality. And again, we've spoken about this a few times before, but it goes back to like what people deem professional. Like, what is that? What does it look like to be a professional? And
showing no feeling.
It changes now. It's changed now. It is changing.
Yeah, it has.
And being a professional isn't just about like wearing a suit and, you know, being like, what's the word, like doctored or like amended,
filtered,
edited, filtered. It's about just like showing up as you are as a human being, like with a bit of personality, flaws, and also having a profession. Like, do you know what I mean? We're all 100%. People, we're all human.
Well, you know what, you as a therapist, right, I can feel for you in a way, because again, with your profession, could you imagine doing a one-to-one with somebody, for example, bumping into them on a night out? You must have had those fears.
It has happened to me before. It has actually happened to me before.
Because you want to come across as prim and proper, and that sounds daft. But you do, and I did when I was in corporate. I wanted to come across as prim and proper. I didn't swear in front of certain people.
That's it.
And wore really smart clothes. And then the same for you. You'd assume that you'd be wearing a smart attire. You don't drink. Obviously, they don't. You know, you've got a personal life, but you don't drink. And surely you're perfect because you're giving out therapy. You know.
Yeah, and it's just not the case, is it? And in the same way, like a lot of therapists, like as human beings, struggle with their own mental health. Like, we all go through life changes and difficult events, and like, you can't sit there and pretend you're not a human being. Like, and sometimes that's part of the value of therapy, is being able to say, like, yeah, do you know what? Like, on a professional level, I get where you're coming from, and I do on a personal level as well, so I can empathise with that. Do you know what I mean? And it's about bringing, just a level of, like, humanity into the room, just, like, being real. Do you know what I mean? Not putting yourself on a pedestal, and that's not to say, like, that you don't like hype yourself up, but you know, like, just because you've got a profession or you're giving advice, you're advising. And I think we spoke about this when we talk about leadership. Like, being a good leader is being able to talk about those things as someone that's, like, inviting other people to give it a go as well. Not like, I'm here and you're there and that's just how it is. It's kind of like, come on, like, you can do it too. The amount of clients I have that are then like, I would really like to get into psychology. I'm like, get off and do it then, because you've got life experience, you know what it's like. Like, there's nothing more valuable than that. Like, crack on.
I know, and it's the fear is always about, in profession, like we said, if you don't look a certain way, you assume people aren't going to buy into you.
Yeah.
Because of how you look.
Yeah.
It's not actually true.
It's not true. And do you know what me and Bella were saying, actually, as we've been walking around today? It's just so interesting to see, like, such a diverse group of people. Like,
it wasn't like this 7 years ago.
No, there were some people in suits. There were some people, like, dressed casual in joggers. Some people, you know, that look like your typical accountant.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that don't are just going about their business, like, having a look. And it's nice. Like, that's what you want, isn't it? You don't want a room where everybody looks the same.
Yeah.
You're going to have, like, interesting conversations with different people, different, like, knowledge, different backgrounds, and that's where things are interesting, isn't it?
So true. I remember, though, when you come to these events, so anyone that visits for the day, you can really waste time.
Yeah.
So there's another thing, you can imagine me, take it very seriously, don't just dawdle about.
When agenda.
I had an agenda. So this is advice for anyone that come to these events. I see it a lot. It's like, I didn't aimlessly just wander about and waste.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not an employee. It's when you've got on a mission. So I was on a mission to grow, use the latest tech, get what I can out of the shows, make the best of it.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend 2 full days.
No, you want to identify the things you're interested in and that are going to, like, kind of accelerate your business. Go and listen to those people, speak to those people. And it's the same, like, obviously, this isn't where I am normally. You know, I'm not usually at accounting events, but we have kind of like therapy conferences for different types of therapy and speakers, and like presenting research in different fields.
Accountants are probably one of your ideal niche in a way, because of what us women, and men, but have to deal with in our profession.
Well, absolutely. Like, I kind of like work with so many like business owners and people from like in all different professions, like CEOs of ginormous companies. Do you know what I mean? People who are in the public eye, like it's for anyone, isn't it? Therapy, like, because we're all human. But yeah, like same as what you were saying, when I'm going to a conference, I'm having a look, like who's speaking, on what topics that I like, that I,
so you do the same.
client group that I work with, and I'm seeing like, right, that's on at that time. I want to go and like watch that and meet with that person and like absorb it all, like the things that are relevant and helpful to you and
so
your
true.
practice and your business, like.
Yeah, that is so true.
And it doesn't require like having a full like hour by hour, minute by minute agenda, but it's just like these are the things that I really want to go and like absorb while I'm there.
Yeah, like I say, even if you've got employees within your business, if I was the employer sending them to these sorts of events, I'd be like, what we're trying to get out of this?
Yeah.
I want you to network, so do you want to meet up with that group?
Yeah.
Because you just check in on that speaking, because people don't necessarily think sometimes, and they don't mean harm by it.
No.
If you're feeling that you're just sending people willy-nilly to these events and worrying about what they're getting up to, help them.
Yeah, it's not
Make the
just
best out of
about
it.
like going and having a presence, is it? Like you say, you might end up, if you've got employees, you might end up saying, right, can you go to this talk and then feed back to the team like next week? Will you go to that one? Just let us know like what's going on in that space, like AI or whatever it is. Like, and it's like sometimes divide and conquer, isn't it? Like everyone come back and give us a little bit of knowledge of like the different things that you've seen and spoken to. Like,
oh, it's so true.
Yeah.
But going back to when I first started my business, I burst onto the scenes with my hoodie. Do you remember?
Yeah. I remember the hoodies.
And I went to my first business networking that I'd been to for like 5 years prior.
Yeah.
And I wore, so when I was there corporate,
attire.
Yeah.
So it would be my smart skirts,
I
trousers,
know the one.
nice little shirts with
Yeah.
it, whatnot. And I thought, when I started Future Cloud Accounting, I thought, right, I'm going in my hoodie
Yeah.
to this networking
Yeah.
breakfast club. So you can imagine how formal this was, and where you
Yeah.
have to do a minute speech about what you do.
I went once and never went again.
Well, there you go. But I went religiously because
I
I
know
was on
you
my
did.
mission
Yeah.
to fit in, shall I say.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went in my hoodie and wanted to embrace my personality and what I do actually enjoy wearing, as well as
Yeah.
the nice attire, because I'm wearing
Yeah.
a suit today, but it is
Yeah.
a bit of an out there suit. It's not your typical grey or black.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and I was so nervous in launching this
Yeah.
new me.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because as I've grown and developed, I've gone to my smarter wares for going out and about and reinventing myself. And this is what I think people should reinvent themselves time and time again.
Yeah.
It shakes things up. It keeps things fresh.
Yeah.
And it's okay to change your view on what you wear in your business. And
change your mind, like different seasons of life. Like we talk about this all the time. Like change your mind, change your opinion, change the kind of clothes you like to wear. Like for ages I just wore black. Like I just enjoyed
Black's
it.
so easy.
I loved it. Easy
Love
to
it.
dress. But now I much prefer adding pops of colour, or I see a pair of pink trousers. Like my daughter's wardrobe is my ideal wardrobe basically, and I'm like,
bearing in mind her daughter's 2.
She's 2 and she's trendy.
Yeah. Though I love that. So you want to wear what you buy through her then?
Yeah, because she's got cute gingham trousers and jumpers, and I was looking for adult versions of things that I
I've got
her
some
the other
gingham
day.
trousers actually.
Yeah.
Black and white ones, funny enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Wore it once or twice.
Yeah, and not worrying about what you think people want you to look like, or what's going to come across current or likeable, but just owning what you enjoy, wearing, how you enjoy showing up, and just be yourself.
It's so hard to be yourself though, because my fear of being myself online, when I could see other people weren't being themselves and they were just creating content for business.
Yeah.
I worried that because I was being me, that the thought of someone not liking that because it's me. It's easy to put on an alter ego, let's say.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, well, they're bashing that person that's not really me anyway, and a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to bash someone for not you, for being you. Do you know what I'm getting at?
You can kind of sell it to yourself, that's
my
not
online,
really who I am,
yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
That's
but
my
if
online
you're
person.
vulnerable and someone doesn't like you for who you actually are, which people don't, and
I
that's
know, I had
okay.
to go over that. And
it's all right, and you find people that really, really love you for who you are, and they want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
And that's the opportunity in it, is actually finding people that you love spending time with, that you have good conversations with, and it filters out the rest of it. And people are so scared of that, but it's the biggest gift at the same time. You don't want to be surrounded by people that aren't your people, or who are fake, or don't share values in some way. Do you know what I mean?
100%. It's I was laughing with Philip. He works for Intuit Kitbook. I don't know how you say it.
QuickBook.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Edit
It's on
that.
the lanyard.
Yeah, it's on it's on the actual lanyard. Anyway, QuickBooks. I'm going to say that. And we laughed because when I remember first taking a selfie or a video of myself for social media, and you look at yourself in a mirror and you see a different version.
I know.
Do you feel like that too?
Yeah, but it's when you take a picture on your iPhone, you take a picture and it warps all your face, and then you have to flip the mirror image.
Yeah, well, I
It's so
don't. I do
bizarre.
it I flip it so you can read what it says on a top.
Yeah.
You do it the other way. I think you look better when you don't flip
It's so
it.
strange.
It's so
just
strange.
weird, isn't it? And then you look and you go, oh my God, do I look
My
like
face
that?
doesn't even look
Yes.
uniformed. It's not symmetrical.
What's going on? And it is, and it's things like that you laugh at now, and you're not
Wonky
that bothered about.
I don't notice
But
it
just
now.
completely
I was shocked.
have you overthinking and thinking, well, I can't post anything ever.
But that's so sad. And
It is, but it's the world we live in, isn't it?
It's the world we live in, and let me tell you something. They were laughing at me earlier because I said I used to hate, I couldn't watch a video back on myself. Really? It's if I sit there, because Bella can listen to a video back now, because I've been told to by a therapist ages ago.
Yeah.
They said, I was doing a podcast with them,
Yeah.
a local guy, you'll know who I'm on
Yeah.
about. He said, watch your videos back. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
You'll learn, trust me. If
Yeah.
you keep watching it.
Yeah.
I've never watched my long form.
Yeah.
Short form, I'm doing it now. And
Yeah.
I thought, just laugh at yourself.
We got really used to it because in therapy training you have to watch your videos back and like mark yourself
No.
on like certain criteria. So
Fair play to you.
that was like a horrific experience initially, and you just tear yourself apart. But it's such a good learning curve because they don't care anymore. Like even like when Bella takes a picture today, she's like, "Is that all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I don't even need to look at it, just post it. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I look all right and sometimes I don't. Like that's fine.
You know, when I was doing lots of pictures when I started the business to get as much content of where I was going, and I drag people in my selfies, right, without asking them, because I assumed that because I'm just up for it, they are.
Yeah, not the case.
And the amount of times I got funny looks, or they do it because I think
or
deep
like,
down they want
let's
to.
Have
Have a look.
Yeah. Oh no, take it again.
And then I'd tag them in a story and they were like not resharing it and not even.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? It is because they don't feel like they look their best. Even though I will see they look amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're so focused on ourselves. But what I'm trying to say is, as an accountant, I get why you feel that you have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
However, everyone deep down, if they're starting a business or an employee in a business, wants to embrace who they are in their role. And you'll play better in your role by being who you are, not putting on an act.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's interesting, isn't it? And it's like...
It's less exhausting as well.
Yeah, it is.
You know, when you don't have to mask, if you like, or pretend to be someone you're not, like, it's less exhausting because you're not constantly, like, hyper-vigilant of, like, how should I behave? Like, what do people want me to be doing here? How do I need to show up? What do I need to look like to be accepted?
Yeah.
And, of course, like... that question's irrelevant, like, because accepted by who? Like, you're never going to be accepted by everyone, so just be accepted by people who like what you're doing
and support what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, when I started the business as well, we had a few other employees that are not with us anymore.
Yeah.
And they joined the business because of what we were sharing on social media. They obviously liked that at the time. Then what you find happens is, when you're posting out there and about, they don't see the work you're putting in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So on the outside, it can look like you're just playing around on the camera all day.
Yeah,
it's a really sad state of affair because I put so much effort into running the business in such a different way to an employee, should we say, that I can see why other accountants that have built a business, that have got employees, then all of a sudden, if you're going to start posting yourself out there, they'll have something to say about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What they say is none of your business, for one. Because you can't be asking, what do you think? But two, they'll either deliver on the journey with you and understand and respect what you're trying to achieve, because that's the way the world's going, or it won't work out and they move on and something else. I'm not saying that's what happened to my employees, but I do know that I had a lot of turmoil internally of what they might think too.
Yeah.
And I'm sharing that openly now, because if I felt like that, surely that's what's stopping a lot of other business owners.
Day in, day out, like, and maybe not always just direct employees, but like other people in the industry.
Yeah,
like,
the industry's very, very formal.
And just, wider communities. Like, there's a fear, isn't there? You get it in the therapy community as well. Like, who am I to show up and talk about these things? Like, I'm not a researcher. I'm not like a leader in the field or whatever. You don't have to be.
No.
Like, you don't have to be. You can just show up and do your bit and, like, you know, chat on what you're passionate about. You're not claiming to be, like, anything you're not, or to be. Do you know what I mean? Just.
It's almost. I said I've been on 2 podcast guests this week.
Have
Brilliant.
you?
Yeah. Talking about marketing and personal branding, because if anyone doesn't know, we've set up a marketing agency or business, social media marketing.
Yeah.
So we talked a bit about that, but I actually said, because I do like silly TikToks now and again, Bella wants me to do them, and I completely get why.
Yeah.
I said, don't take my daftness for weakness. Don't assume because I'm acting silly that we haven't got a strong running, high performing business.
But again, that's like a common, like, or an outdated, like, misconception that, like, humour and professionalism can't live side by side, and they absolutely can. Like, you know, it's a good combination to just, like, have a personality, to also, like, be able to speak about serious things lightheartedly sometimes, because it's easier to understand, it's easier to hear things and to listen at times when it's a bit lighter, it's a bit softer, there's a bit of humour involved, like, it's personality, like, and you know, we live in the day and age we live in, like, on social media, reels and things like that, if it's funny, it's got your attention, like, you know what I mean?
I think there's loads of people out there with loads of creative ideas. I even spoke to a financial advisor, actually. Same thing. I got to know them,
and I found things that they would be so good to talk about on social media, which they don't yet. I'm sure they'll get there. It takes a bit of work to get them to embrace who they are and what they're up to, and I loved what they had to say.
It's vulnerability, isn't it? And people do find that hard because you're opening yourself up to judgment, even though we're being judged anyway.
Yeah. Someone said to me the other day on the podcast, how do you cope with imposter syndrome then? Like, why do you keep coming back for more? How do you keep showing up? And I just said I know it sounds daft, but I don't know. I just said by keep doing it and reassuring myself that it's okay.
You've got to keep going. And there's always that little bit in our brains that's like, I know that it's valuable. Like somehow, like I'm concerned. Like what if people think I'm not good enough or whatever it is? But like there's that bit of us. There's a rational part of us, isn't there, that knows like, do you know what? No, that's my stuff. Like here creeping in, it's self-doubt. And actually, you've got to take that risk, haven't you? Because the rewards can be great. And if you don't do anything, like, it's missed opportunity, isn't it? You've got to step out of your comfort zone.
It's so true. Like, is there any, like, therapy type tips for imposter syndrome that you can think of? Is there an actual thing for it?
Well, it's a common thing to be worked on in therapy. And I guess, like, what we end up doing most of the time is looking at people's negative core beliefs and, like, because it can show up differently and manifest differently for everyone. Like, I could feel like an imposter because, you know, I haven't got, like, a master's degree, so I shouldn't be speaking, for example, about EMDR. Like, I'm not a researcher, I haven't done research or, you know. So it's unpacking, like, well, what belief is getting in the way? Like, I'm not worthy, like, I'm not knowledgeable enough. For me, and I think you've spoken about this before, like, I'm stupid can come up quite a lot. Not so much now as it used 2 years ago because I've put myself in situations and had positive feedback. So it's a combination of kind of like working on your own limiting beliefs, negative beliefs, whatever you want to call them, and also like just very like gradually pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Like if something makes you feel anxious, like think about why that is. What is it that it's bringing up for you? And then step into it, test it out, like take it to court. Like when I'm in that situation, does anybody else say that to me? Like is anybody else giving me that feedback? Oh, you're stupid, you shouldn't be talking about this. It's often quite the opposite, isn't it? So you've got to like test things out, test your own beliefs out, because a lot of the time they're not grounded in actual evidence. It's like how we feel. Like
it's made up stories.
It is made up stories, or stories that have been inferred from like experiences in childhood or adolescence where like it doesn't matter anymore. You know, it's not as important anymore.
I'd reframe it as well, like we need the imposter syndrome. It's good, keeps you on your toes, keeps you thinking, right, hang on a minute, I'm feeling that feeling. Good. That means you're growing.
It holds up a mirror. Like if you're feeling uncomfortable and you can ask yourself what's going on there, and then like lean into it. That's how you conquer fear, isn't it? Put very simply. So you know.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. So many people have got imposter syndrome.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
in different spaces, you know, in different situations, professionally, personally. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are in agreement then that the look of an accountant's changed because of social media. And they seem to be getting younger and younger.
Yeah, well, I think that just happens generally, doesn't it, in any profession? You're like, oh my God, like...
They're doing it younger now.
Yeah.
But they're not.
No.
They were just hidden before because they were fronted by
and I think
a partner.
That happens as you get older as well. Like,
everyone
as you
seems
get
younger.
older, you're like I'll see someone's date of birth pop up, like another therapist or a client, and I'm like...
They're young.
They're an adult, and they were born like in the 2000s. What's going on?
Oh my God,
So there's that as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good that like people like you who are showing up and doing things differently, and this is exactly what you want, the impact you want to have, isn't it? Are allowing other people to do the same, to look at you and go like, oh, I really like that, I want to do that myself, and like challenging themselves from a younger age, like challenging their own negative beliefs and views from a younger age. Great, because then you don't have to wait until you're 30 or 40 to start to have some confidence.
Oh, it took me years, like my 30s. And honestly, it's interesting because people assume I can have I think it's all about personality as well and being brave. But I'm probably doing and saying things that some people have been an accountant a lot longer than me aren't doing.
Yeah, fine.
And that is good. That's fine.
Okay,
It is okay. But what I'm saying is, I know what I say is like I've put a lot of research and work into the background of how I've managed to get to do these things. It didn't just happen overnight, and I've just
No.
I just think people underestimate that. To be technical, great. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it to be the perfect technical accountant.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of different ways that you can embrace your strengths and embrace who you are, showing up. Because I'm the sort of person, if I don't know something, I will go to the ends of the earth to find out the answers.
Absolutely.
And that is more important than I've done my exams.
And knowing everything, and having lots of knowledge stored in your brain.
For a rainy day, because that's when mostly that needs to happen. But I do respect a lot of people that, obviously I had to do my exams, but what I'm saying is I don't use that only.
It's not like a flex.
I've got my
I've
got my
you're
exams.
not there yet, so you don't have a voice in this space. It's not about that, is it?
Yeah, exactly that. So,
yeah. You've got your...
I've got my next...
Yeah, your talk.
My next talk, it's workshop, panel workshop, 20 past 1.
Oh.
That's at the Practice Accelerator, and it's all about enhancing client experience.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be... You know, when I think about it as well, my background with the business, the growth, development, the people management, keeping the core clients from the beginning.
Yeah.
How to handle when clients leave, how to keep hold of your clients through change of people, management... It's going to be a very interesting conversation, and as always, I'm going to be as open and as honest as I can be, depending on where the route of it will go and who's there. That might, it might be everyone's gone for lunch and it's a quiet crowd.
No.
We'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to it, and it's nice for us to get out and experience something different. The fact that they've set up a podcast studio is brilliant. So they've got who have they got in it after us? The MTD watch series. Aaron Patrick is doing something with some guests. Making Tax Digital. Very, very interesting. And thanks for tuning in at our new tour. I feel like, have we covered everything?
I think so.
I feel like we've covered everything. Bella's in the back behind the scenes. So we'll have all sorts of different content out about this. And thank you as always for tuning in and watching us from our new studio.
I know. Temporary